Yeah.
But the recording started as well.
Have we got the people in the lobby let in as well? Is everyone in?
Hello, everyone. You'll have to bear with us. We're just trialing this webinar for the first time. I presume you can all hear us. If you can give a thumbs up or a smile or whatever, that would be brilliant. There we go. Thanks, George. Appreciate that. Right, at some point, we're going to enable the mute and the cameras. We'll save that for our last section at the end. And we'll just give everyone a couple more minutes. Still building up, 41 people on the call. There we go. Mark, Rachel, can you see how there's 42 in, is there?
Yeah, I can see 42 in.
Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, so this is a new experience for us trialing the webinar. We'll make a start. The recording's already started. We're if you can say you're all going to be on mute to begin with. Use the chat box for any questions, and we'll deal with those towards the end. And there's a section on there, as you can see, section 6 for questions at the end, where we'll open the floor up and put your mics on and cameras, and you can feel free to ask as many questions as you like. So yeah, so firstly from ourselves, welcome to tonight's webinar for Junior Club Leeds. Really appreciate your time and efforts coming on to this. My name's Ian Martin. I'm Cricket Wales Coach Development Manager, and joining me on the call is Rachel Warringer, Women and Girls Officer, and Mark Dixon, Club Workforce Development Officer. One from the north, one from the south. I'm sure you'll recognise the faces, many of you. So yeah, just want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you firstly for attending tonight's call, but also for everything you do for cricket, junior cricket throughout Wales. It's really appreciated. Your energy, your drive, your enthusiasm, commitment, and the time that you give up for junior cricket at your clubs and your communities, it really doesn't go unnoticed, and we really appreciate it. So big thank you from us all at Cricket Wales for that. Also, I've noticed on the call there's a number of people from leagues, junior leagues across Wales, and just want to say a big thank you to them as well. Not only they're working in their own clubs, they give the time up to run the leagues, and it's massively appreciated. So thank you ever so much for that. So going forward, we'd just like to connect with you guys as a group, maybe a couple of times a year. We're sort of planning on March as being the next time where we'll meet up. And again, we'll have further updates in March leading into the season. So if you could buy into this would be really, really appreciated. I say we're going to run through a few things here tonight. I haven't termed them agenda because it's a little bit formal. We're going to try and keep it informal, and a few topics that we think you might be interested in that you can relay back to your volunteers and coaches and members at your club. So I'm going to hand you over now to Mark Dixon, who's going to take you through the first thing here, current coaching courses and resources. Mark.
Thanks, Ian. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's well. I'm just going to share my screen. Just before that, please ask any questions in the chat. We've automatically put you onto mute at this moment in time, but we'll open that up after we've done a small presentation. So if you've got any burning questions, pop them into the chat, and in the last section of our presentation, we'll have an open discussion. So I'm just going to share my screen. Those of you that are used to working with Cricket Wales, you know our website, cricketwales.org.uk. This is where we try to put all of our relevant information, our courses, our news articles, and for those of you that remember about 5-6 years ago, this is a much better version to work through. So Let's dive straight into the website. Let's talk about the courses that are live at the moment and upcoming until the beginning of next season. To find those, you'll want to click Get Involved. And our first sort of area is the coaches area. So let's go into the foundation course first. We've already started one in Bryn Celyn, and we're delivering courses all across Wales this side of Christmas and in front of April next year, all across Wales. This is just a small intro. It's really important for learners to see what the course entails to make sure it's the right course for them. We've got places on most of the courses coming up. The next one that we've got is in Llandarcy, and I think there's about 4 places left on that. So if you've got any coaches or candidates that are looking to get trained up, there's a couple of spots. We try to close the course 7 days before the actual run-in because candidates need to get their e-learning set up and their iCoach set up. We need to do some pre-course comms with them. And you as clubs, you could really help us as well by, if you know that a candidate's going on a course, let's try to get their DBS done out of the way. We can assist with that on course, but it's the number one area that delays any certification is a DBS because it goes out of our hands. So if you have coaches that you are looking to train up, connect them up with your club safeguarding officer, and please try to get a DBS done in front of booking onto the course, or at least attending the course. We've got courses across the whole of Wales, in the east, going through to end of March, west, which includes Pembrokeshire as well, and up in north as well. Those ones don't start really until next spring. If we go on to our core coach courses, same again, we've just completed a course in Wicket to Wicket in Cwm Carn, very successful, and some of your clubs might have had candidates attending those. The next ones that are coming up are Metrobank core coach courses, which is something that Rachel will talk about in a little bit more detail. So if you don't know what the Metrobank course and the Girls in Cricket Fund is, we'll try to give you a bit of information on that this evening. So we've got courses, not as many of the core coach courses because they are a little bit more intensive for 4 full days to get qualified. But we do have courses running across the whole of Wales, again, to satisfy your demand. Same again, there's places on these courses, so please do come onto this website, share these web pages with your prospective candidates, and they can get signed up. Alongside that, we are also running first aid courses. We've run a couple of courses in the east and the west. The north have run a few courses as well. There's a small amount of courses left now until the end of the year, and up in North Wales there's some courses into the new year. A question for you: do you want more courses? We are happy to use our tutor to set up new events. There's a maximum of 12 on a course, and they're coming in at £40 per place. If you're interested in hosting one of the first aid courses, please contact us afterwards, because we can use any suitable venue as long as it's of a decent size, and we can come closer to you to run these courses. A couple of other areas that I'd just like to touch on is your compliance for your coaches. Now, your CSO will probably understand where they are with their DBSs, but it's really important that your coaches keep up to speed with their compliance as well. Now, we have, in the safeguarding area, we have a section called training courses. Now, these are the workshops that we're going to deliver for our CSOs in the new year. But for your coaches, if they haven't got an e-learning account, this is the area where they could sign up for a course so they can get their safeguarding modules completed. If they've already got an e-learning account, that means that modules automatically put onto their e-learning account, and you usually get a 30-day reminder from the ECB to pop back in and update that as well. Don't forget iCoach. Many of the junior leads and coaches that are on the call tonight have probably got access to this. There's loads more new videos constantly being put on, and they will continue to do so. I will also touch on the champion and the future area, where there's a myriad of videos which will link into the Metrobank and Coaching Girls Cricket. One last thing to mention from me: your coaches hopefully are a member of the ECBCA. If not, it's really viable to be part of that, because it opens more videos on iCoach, gives you the coaches insurance, opportunity to buy equipment and clothing. The great news is they're going online. So you might have experienced a lot of the paper forms that were out there when we were giving them out to candidates on courses. We are now instructing any new coaches to register their interest. It's a yearly cycle, so this registration of an interest will put them on the list to be first to go onto the online portal. If any of this information you need to know more detail about, then feel free to come to myself or Ian, and we can direct you in the right areas. So that's it from me, Ian, and over to you.
Thank you, Mark. We're now over to Rachel with the Metrobank, is it? We've got a Metrobank core coach. Yeah, Rach.
Yes, I'll talk about a bit about the Metrobank core coach. So for those of you that haven't seen Metrobank's partnership with the ECB, so Metrobank was announced last year that Metrobank are going to be kind of champions of girls cricket in partnership with the ECB. So they've piloting a few new schemes, and one of these is the Metrobank core coach course. So if you've been on iCoach lately, as Mark's just shown there, there's a load more resources on there as well, all tailored to coaching girls cricket. There's things like creating welcoming environments, things like period health and all that sort of stuff as well. So some really useful resources on there to help coaches, especially if you're new to working with girls. The Metrobank core coach course is a new core coach course that the ECB are piloting with, I think, 5 or 6 county boards. So Cricket Wales, I know we're not a county, but we're one of the areas that are getting to pilot this new scheme. So there's only about 5 or 6 other counties across England and Wales that are getting this course this year. So the core coach course, the Metrobank one, is the same core coach qualification. If candidates went on this course, they would get the same level 2 core coach qualification as if they did a regular course. But the difference with this one is it's tailored specifically to coaching girls cricket. So anyone that's new to coaching or wants to take their next step in their coaching qualifications, that's going to be really keen on working with girls cricket. And there's a lot of clubs across Wales that are setting up new girls sections, and new girls sections last year, or setting up new ones in 2025. This is a really good opportunity for them to come on a course that's specifically tailored to coaching female cricket. So the elements of the course will be similar to a regular core coach course, but all targeted towards girls cricket, the way the girls leagues will be structured, all that sort of stuff. Differences between coaching boys and girls, if there are any, will be covered on this course, but they still get all the same technical foundations of batting, bowling, wicket keeping and fielding as on a regular core coach course. We've got 2 coming up that are starting at the end of November. So there's one in South Wales, which is run in Bryncethin, I want to say, I hope I'm correct, Mark, Bryncethin in South Wales. And the North Wales one is being run in Kimnel Bay. So there's still places available on both of these courses. I think there's still roughly 6 places available on each. Ian will know for sure, but roughly 6 last time I checked. It's a really good opportunity to come on the courses. I think it's a really exciting course. It's brand new to us. And as I said before, there's not many places across the ECB that are getting this opportunity. So I think it's really exciting opportunity to be one of the first candidates through these core coach courses.
Thanks, Rachel. Yeah, you're quite right. There's roughly 6-7 places left on each of those courses in North and South. And yeah, just want to echo what Rachel's saying. The growth in the girls game that we're seeing at the moment, and hopefully for many years to come, it's a perfect opportunity for us to delve straight in there and get a course that's tailored purely to coaching girls cricket, whether you're male, female. Go on this course, you'll be qualified level 2, core coach old money level 2, and it's just a really good qualification, and I think it'll be a really good experience for anyone who's any learners who are on the course. Thank you, Rachel. Thanks for that. I'm loving the chat, the questions coming through in the chat box. They're really good. I'm wanting to delve in and answer them straight away, but we're going to save that to the end. We're allowing plenty of time for questions at the end, so we will promise you keep those coming. We will tackle those. Some great questions coming through. Thank you very much. So yeah, just want to move on to topic number 4. So coaches, CPD. It probably should be coaches stroke volunteers, CPD. So we're looking to, I know one of the questions there around about parents and what's available for parents, or hopefully this might answer one or two of those questions. And yeah, it's something we recognise that we need to support coaches and non-coaches who are also involved in junior cricket. And if they don't want to attend an official course, but they still want to be involved in some way, helping out, whether it be score, umpire, anything that helps a smooth facilitation of a junior cricket match, then we want to support them, and we will do. We're going to rely on you guys to feed that back to us a little bit, but we recognise that where there is a need, and say some of the things that hopefully will open up now. Hopefully you'll agree that these will be good coach development opportunities and volunteer development opportunities going forward. So yeah, I started my role last April, a bit of a whirlwind, and one of many priorities was to expand our current offering of coach and volunteer CPD. So it's something I'm deeply passionate about. In Cricket Wales, we are passionate that we want to support our people in the networks. We know how much work and effort you put in, and we want to be there to support you as best we can. So hopefully you'll agree. To that end, we've set up a bit of a coaching calendar, CPD calendar, and over the next 6 months we've got some events which you might not have seen before happening for the whole of Wales, and hopefully we can fill these spots and people can really get a lot of value out of them. I'm just gonna stop sharing for one moment to get back off that. There we go. 2 ticks. I'm going to share our website and hopefully it'll work for me. Sometimes I have a few gremlins. There we go. So if you landed on the Cricket Wales homepage and then you drop down for anything CPD wise, go to get involved and then coaches and go to ECBCA, and then this will open up this page. So there's the ECBCA stroke coaches CPD page. It'll be in a chronological order. So we've got our November ECBCA learning workshops there and all the information. There'll be dates, booking links, times and venues. We still have places on all of these left. Not so many, the ones in Cwmcarn and Pontarddulais. We've got a number of spots left for this Sunday up in Rydal from 10 till 3. And you just simply click that link, open up a new window, and then go through there to register. So that's Cookie Patel this Sunday at Rydal. Then we have Ali Maiden with his batting workshop at Cwmcarn following Sunday. Again, booking links there. And then we have fielding with Paul Tweddle down in Pontarddulais. Again, there's the booking link and lots of information there. The next thing we've got, which you may have seen emailed out a week or so ago, we've got a behaviour management workshop. And it says for coaches, but it can be for coaches, parents, volunteers. There's 25 spots available for this. Can't recommend this workshop enough. Cricket Wales staff attended, the coaches, Cricket Wales attended in the summer. and it was absolutely fantastic. So well received. We thought we have to put this on for our network because we think our coaches in Wales really benefit from this. Andrew delivers a brilliant course, and say these are starting to fill up already. But the good news is we're going to have one in February as well. And then at the moment, that's it on this page for our CPD. There's the ECBCA. We have got, if I just go back to the presentation, here we go. We have got these events happening in 2025. So we've got four events happening in 2025 that are already planned. We've got the coaches CPD sessions led by Glamorgan professional staff. So really kindly agreed to put on 3 evening sessions. We're going to trial evenings to see if that just opens up a little bit more of an opportunity rather than a Saturday or a Sunday. We're going to host these on evenings, 3, say one in probably Swansea, Cardiff area, and then one up in North Wales. And the themes covered will be the usual batting, bowling, fielding, wicket keeping, and they'll leave a section for Q&A there as well. We've got our second behaviour management training session on the 4th of February. Booking links for these will be hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks. They'll be online, and we'll share these on our social media, so please do follow. Going into March, so yeah, I see there's one question about support coach course. In truth, I won't answer that question fully, but in truth, we haven't really had much traction for the support, for want of a better phrase, for the support coach courses. They've been really poorly attended in the past, and there doesn't seem to be a thirst for them. So this pairs cricket management workshop, this would be aimed at your parents who are perhaps new to cricket, or your activator who's then going up with their child and they're now going to be in an age group team, at the under 9s, girls cricket, under 11s, whatever team they're going to go into, and there's a pairs match. It won't be heavily focused on coaching. It'll be more the facilitation of the match with a little bit of coaching involved, but just, that'd be sort of in-game coaching things that you could do. And, just some helpful hints and tips of how you can speed the game up, make it really engaging for the players and involve everyone. So hopefully that's something that you'd agree. Obviously, through the questions, we see, right, yeah, we want some support for our parents, and try and a 3-hour workshop rather than 2 full days on a course. They might be a little bit more interested to go on this. I say we're going to trial those in the new year in March, 3 across Wales, and then if they're successful, we'll continue running them sort of year on year. And then into April, we're looking at nets and game-based practice workshops. So we're looking at clubs to host this. And basically looking at how you can bring net practice and game-based practice to life. And it's a bit of further development for coaches, and we'll send out an EOI around clubs hosting this. Probably look to put 5 or 6 of those workshops on across Wales. So hopefully clubs out there will buy into this, and I think that'll be another one that'll be well received by the coaches, hopefully. I'm just going to stop sharing now, or pop back up there. Sorry, Rachel. Are you ready to topic number 5, the Girls Junior League update?
Yeah, so this is probably one of the areas we're getting a lot of questions about lately. So I'm sure everyone knows that the growth in women and girls cricket lately has been massive, and it's only going to carry on growing. It's a really exciting time as well for women and girls cricket, with Glamorgan being in Tier 2 in the new professional structure, with moving into Tier 1, which means in 2 years' time there will be a fully professional women's cricket team in Glamorgan, which I think is really exciting. So one of the things that's happening lately is Cricket Wales will be overseeing all of the junior leagues across Wales. So instead of being run by the junior league committees, they'll be overseen by Cricket Wales. And what this allows us to do is have a lot more flexibility with the girls' leagues. There's a lot of clubs are really trying to start new teams. We want to try and make it as easy as possible for everyone who wants to get a girls' team to get one. So I'm sure a lot of you might be aware that the ECB are adding girls' cricket into their Premier League criteria as well. So this is going to be a big area where a lot of clubs are pushing to get women and girls junior cricket teams out. So there is a proposed structure coming forward. So the idea is that The whole of Wales will have the same girls structure. So in North Wales, South East, South West, it will be the same league structure across Wales. And then locally, things might differ a little bit in terms of number of teams and the regional structure. But this proposed structure is for softball festivals at under 10s. So all the formats would be 8-a-side as well, right the way up through to under 16s. So all the way through, it would be 8-a-side to try and make it, number one, easier for clubs to get teams out, having to get 8 players instead of 11 players. But also, we think that it helps the development of the players as well. If there's 8 players in a team instead of 11, players are getting more opportunities to bat, bowl, there's more gaps to score runs, all the fielders have got to do more as well. So the proposed structure going forward at the moment is for 8-a-side from under 10s up to under 16s. And then there'll be age groups at under 10s, under 12s for development and under 12s hardball, under 14s and under 16s cricket. There is a Google form that will be going out to clubs. A couple of clubs have had it so far if they've had meetings with their women and girls development officers. But there is a form going out to clubs where we want to get your feedback on the proposed structure. So that form will have more details on kind of the specific formats for each age group. But it's basically the 2 leagues at 12, so 1 development and 1 hardball, 14s and 16s. And we'd really like it for clubs to give us their feedback on this form. So the form, when you get it, doesn't mean that you are committing to entering teams in all these age groups. If you fill in what your opinion on the under 16s format is, that doesn't mean you have to enter an under 16s girls team next year. But it's really important that we get feedback from our clubs on this structure. So please take the time when you get the form to let us know your opinions on it. If you agree with it, if there's anything you would change, it's really, really helpful for us as we go to shape these girls' leagues going forward. And hopefully we will see more and more clubs starting to get girls' teams out next year and beyond.
Excellent. Thank you, Rachel. Happy? All okay, Rachel?
Yeah, all good.
Right. Shall we just pop everyone's... with us 2 moments. We'll just allow you to come off microphones and cameras. There we go. So feel free to put your cameras on if you like, or leave them off. That's fine. And we'll have a look at the chat box. Chat box now. And we'll start. Should we start at the top? Here we go. Right, Haley, yeah, got that, Haley, thank you. So Matthew Evans slides shared. There was only 2 slides. But yeah, we do intend to send an email out with the link to the recording and links to other things that we've been showing you here tonight, and a little bit more information. If you need any more information, please do get in touch. No problem at all. Alan, yeah, if you want to come on off mic, that'll be fine, Alan. But yeah, no support coach courses. I did touch on it. We have ran some in across Wales over the last 3 or 4 years, roughly 2 or 3 per year across Wales, which isn't a lot, really, isn't enough. We don't seem to have seen the thirst for it, hence why we're looking at other options. And for that activator or post activator, who might be going into age group cricket, and that support for parents. You're quite right. It's ideal for them. We just haven't seen the take up of it. So hopefully these new things will get big buy-in for them. And say, come off mute if you want any more information on that one, Alan.
Ian, can I just jump in on that? You know,
yeah,
the support coach course is a useful course to maybe a personal sort of appraisal. The activator course is just as useful for parents. But we're more than happy to run support coach courses. They tend to work best in the summer at a club. We've worked with a couple of clubs that have been able to support with getting candidates onto the course. We're more than happy to run them if there's a demand. Yes.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, brilliant. And then we've got two questions, one from Jenny, one from John Wilson. They're roughly the same question, I think. Yeah, Safe Hands Portal. At the moment, no, the coach qualifications don't come over. No, they don't. I think the plan was that was going to be the case, but for some reason, the only qualifications that show up are DBS and I think welfare officers, Safe Hands qualifications show up.
Hi, it's John Wilson here. Sorry to jump in. Since you were talking about DBS, we had significant problems last year in getting DBS across the line. I'm just wondering, one, was that a common theme across the board? With a junior season being so short to the point where certain coaches were only getting their DBS cleared 1 week before the end of the season, of a junior season. Now, with a significant junior setup that we do have, this caused us a lot of problems, considering we take the stance that if you haven't got a DBS, then we can't put you out in front of the kids.
Yeah.
It put significant stress on us. Is there any sway that Cricket Wales have in this process, or are we just basically encouraged to do these well in advance? But the difficulty is, as you run into the season, you're not sure exactly what new people you're going to get.
Mark, do you want to pick that up, or myself? I'm easy.
Yeah. We all know about the changes that happened at the beginning of 2023. If you don't, there's the new update service came into play, which was government led, and the ECB adopted it. We had problems with the length of time when we were getting DBSs for people going through the coaching courses as well. We've just started the new cycle of the coaching courses, and I'm seeing the turnaround for everything in place is taking about a week or 2 weeks. So I think the timeline is now reduced and it's a little bit more effective. You're going to get those outliers where certificate of good conduct's required from different countries, which will obviously delay that process. But at the moment, I think the process is a lot quicker because the people are coming on courses now. If clubs haven't started a DBS, we start that DBS for them and we do the ID verification. And the last course that we did, we were finding those people coming through within a couple of weeks.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, John, it was a common theme across the whole of Wales and the whole of the UK. It wasn't just isolated to certain clubs. It was a common issue. I think one of the main problems was the miscommunication, and some of the emails weren't quite. One email led you to believe you didn't need to do anything, you needed to action, and you just auto renew. And then when in actual fact the case was you do need to renew every year, and everyone has to accept it. Their renewal year on year. So if people aren't actioning it, or when that email comes, the DBS will be taken off them, and there's where we've been having the issues. But hopefully we've come past that storm, and we're now in a little bit calmer waters, and everyone's a little bit more clear about what's happening. Hopefully.
Okay, thanks. Just to clarify then, is the auto renew system available, or are we still, everyone will get their DBS on a annual basis dependent on when their DBS came through? Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So they'll get an email 1 month before reminding them to update.
Ian, can I just jump in?
Yeah.
So when somebody gets their DBS, they then get invited to join the update service. So you have to accept that invite. If you don't accept that invite, your DBS will run out in 12 months. Now,
yeah, that's cool. That's a figure.
Yeah.
We had quite a few of those where people had accepted.
Listen,
it,
we're seeing that transition. It's a painful transition, but hopefully it will normalise over the next year or so.
Yeah, I just want to get my communication right so everybody understands that what they need to do.
Yeah, totally happy to sort of take any sort of emails offline if people are concerned about that process. We're trying to work with club CSOs and have been communicating direct with them about their own DBSs, but they're the conduit into the club to support you as well.
Yeah, no, great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John.
Brilliant. Right, we've got some questions now around the core Metrobank core coach, which are great. But firstly, Hayley, if you're already qualified as level 2 core coach, will be an option add-on specifically for girls coaching. Yes, there is. Hayley, drop me a message and we can have a catch up over that. And if anyone else is interested in specifically CPD add-ons for girls coaching, there's lots and lots of resources on iCoach Cricket, but also we're piloting a couple of courses with ECB. So we might not be able to get involved this cycle, but at some point going forward into 2025, I'm sure we can. So yeah, drop us a message, Hayley, and anyone else who's interested. Entry criteria for those interested in Metrobank. The entry criteria is exactly the same as a normal core coach, in that you need to be 17, UK resident, DBS, all the rest of it. The only slight difference is that you need to be at a club who has got junior girls junior cricket, or is starting a girls team. So so that there, unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Rachel, your understanding the same?
Yeah, so intention to start a girls team is the key one. So I wouldn't want anyone to, if you want to come on the girls course but your club doesn't have a girls team yet, don't let that put you off. If you're intending on starting a girls team at your club, then it would be a great course for you.
Great, yeah. The Metrobank course is free. Gareth Williams, sorry, no, they're not free. But again, just like a normal core coach course, if you like, the funding via Be Active, Sport Wales, and then that goes on to the next question. The bursaries available for Metrobank core coaches. I think that says me. Are there bursaries available? So yeah, there are bursaries, and that the bursary page is on our website. On the top of that, Mark's going to share his screen now, I think. There you go. So get involved, bursaries for coaches, and then all the information, and the form is towards the bottom. So yeah, we encourage anyone to, I think that they qualify for a bursary, please do fill that in, and we'll action that fairly quickly. So yeah, there is financial support out there. If someone's struggling financially, the hardship, we have got a bursary where people can have the course for free. Yeah. Any coaching courses for 13-year-olds? ECB, no, ECB don't offer courses for anyone under 17, really, and that's to do with DBSs, but also you need to be 8 first for sport. Our awarding body will only qualify and certificate someone at their 18th birthday. So if we could run courses, we can charge courses, but we could never give a certificate out, and legally we're on sticky ground with that. So no. However, we're encouraging 13-year-olds and above to attend the activator courses, and yeah, haven't given it much thought with the pairs course. I think, yeah, leave that one with us. There's a few safeguarding issues that we probably have to speak to our safeguarding lead of 13-year-olds on a course with adults. Slightly digressing from coach development, hopefully in 2025 we will be running some sort of young ambassadors, young officials, young coaches, young volunteers program, which in conjunction with ourselves and ECB. So watch this space for 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Matthew Evans, are the CPD courses free? Matthew, good question. So anything online, we've basically come up with a policy that anything online we're going to make free. So obviously the behavioural courses are costing us, but this is going to be free to everyone attending. The face-to-face, we are going to put minimal fees on. So the ECB CA sessions in November, they're £10. I think the pairs course we were looking at potentially £5, so very minimal fees just to cover a little bit of venue costs. And then when we're hosting at clubs, the nets and game-based practice sessions, they'll almost certainly be free as well, because venue costs will be either nil or minimal, we hope. Or something, yeah. Hopefully that will answer that one. Will the behaviour management work recorded made of? No, I don't think it will. No, because there's a lot of into different groups and going off into different areas. So no, it won't be. But there's 25 spaces on that, and there's two workshops. And if we're inundated with people wanting this, I'm sure we can have conversations in Cricket Wales and potentially run a few more. So we'll see how they go. Jenny, great idea about the pairs management workshop. Thank you, Jenny. Hopefully we can fill those courses up as well, and it'll be an enjoyable and learning experience for everyone. Will junior cricket move from regional committee or just girls? Not sure if I misunderstood.
Do you want me to take the next? There's a few about the girls stuff here.
By all means.
So yeah, sorry, there's a couple of questions about if it was all junior cricket or just girls. So sorry if I wasn't very clear on that. It's just the junior girls leagues that are moving to be run from Cricket Wales. So all the kind of the mixed leagues that are already there will carry on with your regional committees, and the girls leagues will be run by Cricket Wales. Jenny, question about could there be a Mid/West Wales?
Can I follow up on that? Sorry, Rachel. Just thinking about one of the reasons I was asking, because the format sounds great for junior cricket, and somebody else has said in the chat, particularly that 8-a-side and the age groups are slightly different as well, aren't they? Because they're going even, not odds. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I was interested, because I think there's some benefits there that if Cricket Wales can use some influence with those regional committees, that would be helpful with some of that way of working through. And I think because you said about 8-a-side, and then you said under 12s development and under 12s hardball, I think there's some things in there that we could really benefit from as in the regions for mixed teams.
Yeah, I mean, if we can definitely speak to the regional committees, I think as well, if the girls' leagues were successful and was running really well, then they might take ideas from that as well and see the benefits of it. So I think definitely, obviously, Cricket Wales won't have the say on the mixed leagues, but we can definitely speak to the junior league committees about it.
Emma, I'll just jump in. Obviously, there's the South Wales Junior Cricket League meeting, AGM on the 28th of November. Ben sent out emails asking for sort of rule changes, etc. And that's the process at the moment to see if anything can be changed on the league.
Yeah, we were both at that meeting last year, Mark, and rule changes went ahead. But I think there's something about the development part that, because numbers are falling, the regional teams sometimes lose the development aspect of some of the junior cricket. But it's fine. I mean, we've got some things to send to Ben for the AGM. We've got to be in by tomorrow, haven't they? So we've got some questions. But it's just really interesting to see the different approach for girls, which I'm a huge fan of, by the way. I think it's amazing, and it's exactly what I expect us to be doing. I think mixed teams that could do with some input as well, because there are clubs are struggling with some of that support also, and numbers to get that sort of reignited. I don't know if any other clubs are feeling this, but there are some struggles post-COVID to sort of reignite some teams in the junior age groups. But yeah, great. Thanks.
No problem.
Thanks, Emma.
Move on. Jenny's question: could there be a Mid/West Wales league? Definitely. So Mid Wales, I know it's, especially over your area in Aberaeron, is an awkward area where you're technically in the North and Mid Wales area, but you're a lot closer to some of the Southwest clubs. But the regional sort of aspect of how the leagues will, like which teams will be playing each other, isn't set in stone at all. So we can pair clubs up and put them in groups with whichever their local clubs are, their nearest teams. So when clubs know what teams they'll have and what teams are going to enter in the leagues, then the leagues will be done by that. So there can absolutely be a local Mid/West Wales league, especially the more teams there are in the area, the more local games there will be to play. Gareth, do you have a steer on when these girls' fixtures would likely take place or be expected to take place? So they'd be during the junior season. The plan is for them to be wrapped up before the summer holidays, like most of the junior fixtures are. I think we see it across the board how difficult it can be to get teams out once the school holidays start. So it'd be between sort of May and then mid-July, I imagine. In terms of days of the week and all that sort of stuff, we've not got that set in stone yet. That would vary from region to region as well, to try and avoid clashes with other age groups and things like that.
Yeah, I think that was more my angle, as in potentially clashes with other fixtures or ladies fixtures on a Sunday, and just the logistics of it all, with an extra league potentially for some of the children to play in. Thank you.
No problem at all. Ben, I'm not sure if I already answered this. Yeah, so that was just the girls' leagues, not the mixed junior leagues. Good feedback on the thoughts about eight-a-side.
Yeah, can I just add on to that, Rachel? Ben, hi Ben, all's okay. So there was a North Wales Junior League committee meeting last night, and John will spread the news out to all the clubs. But there are thoughts that we're looking at to maybe perhaps a section of the season pairs cricket in 13s, that kind of thing. And I know in South Wales they have a 13s pairs league, which really helps with participation. I think we'd all agree with that. At some point, it would be lovely to have a little bit of a uniformed approach across Wales, perhaps. So that'd be one for another night, another debate for another night. But yeah, Ben, in answer to that sort of question, things, I think sands are starting to shift a little bit in that area. Hopefully that'll answer that. And then Alan's got something about your presentation,
Yeah.
poor signal, but
So Alan's put his hand up as well. Alan, is that you? Do you want to come? Is there a different question that you want to ask?
No, well, maybe it's just my typing so to ask the question. Well, I missed on Rachel's point on under 12s hardball or softball. Does that apply to under 14s as well?
So the sort of long-term vision in terms of the structure of the girls' leagues would be under 14s to be hardball. So we're open to feedback from clubs. So there'll be a form sent out for those clubs that haven't already had it. So we'd really like clubs to give us their opinions. I know it's quite split with under 14s. Some are really keen on hardball, some are really keen on softball. But long term, the idea is to have hardball options at 12s, 14s and 16s. What that looks like locally for the kind of upcoming season next year, we're not 100% sure.
Okay, thanks. The reason I had my hand up was, I don't know if I misunderstand the situation, but it appears to be an anomaly. So in theory, under 12s hardball, there's no hardball, and yet they are prevented from playing ladies cricket softball until 13. Am I correct in thinking that? Because we've got some girls at 12 who would like to sort of play with their mothers in the ladies team. So we've got hardball under 12s with no lower age limit. The team with softball for ladies.
So sorry, Alan, there's a little bit dropped out there, but I think I got the gist of what you were asking. So in the new structure, the idea is that there'll be softball options up to under 12s for girls. And then those, once they get older than under 12, so 13, 14, if they want to carry on playing softball, there is that women's softball option. So it's in no means trying to force people to play hardball that don't want to. The idea is that there should be a pathway right the way through for... What, sorry?
Sorry, Rachel, I missed the start of your answer. Were you saying there is hardball available under 12s?
So the plan is there will long term there will be a hardball option for under 12s, yeah, and then they can carry on hardball at 14, 16 seniors.
Is it? Sorry, can you repeat that? The signal's terrible. Is there maybe nod or shake your head? Is the hardball for under 12s at all?
It varies region to region at the moment. I will drop you an email offline, Alan, if that's easier. I don't know. Is everyone else having problems with signal?
Yeah, I think everyone else has heard
yeah.
has heard the response. So maybe, Alan, if we can pick this up offline, that'd be great. Is that okay? Sorry, I think it could be your end where you're struggling with the signal.
No, it's okay.
And the
I'll
point
take-
points
I'll take up-
from
I'll
Alan.
take up- Sorry, I'll take up the next one, Emma. I think
Thank you.
that was added on from your comment about joining the update service. It's slightly different subject matter about the CSOs having online training. Obviously, there's the e-learning modules, safeguarding for coach committee members, but at present, a face-to-face is required every 3 years, and you'll be delighted to know that I'll be presented in that as well. So I'll join you in your next meeting.
Yeah, I was just wondering about that one because it's a real struggle to get. I'm really glad to hear some. I get why coaching things have to be face to face, but there's a real struggle to get there when you've got kids who play winter sport.
Yeah.
You know, because it's the genuine juggle of being a parent and a volunteer, and if there was an option to be considered, because as somebody who delivers safeguarding training for the organisation I work for, we do it online, and I'm just wondering if there's a consideration we can take there to help.
I'm sure
that.
I'm sure the system will evolve over time.
Yeah.
They're obviously working in safeguarding already. There's always new legislation, new information. This cycle definitely is going to be face to face.
Yeah.
That's why we put up a few extra dates and venues to give you the opportunity to find one that suits. But slightly different from the coaches. But Emma, we can have a chat about that offline as well.
Great, thanks, Mark. Next one, unless I'm mistaken, from Paul Roberts. When will it be mandatory for Premier League and Division 1 teams to have girls teams competing? ECB have yet to nail that one down, to my knowledge, unless anyone else has got any further update on that. I know that there was all sorts of rumours that potentially it was happening in 2025. I don't think, and nothing concrete has come so far. Mark White, have you got anything to add on that?
I thought I was going to get away with the whole night. I've not really got anything to add. CPA 2 is just being signed off now by the ECB. The message I'd give to any club in the Premier League is work on it this winter and work towards it next year, because if it isn't signed off for the 2025 season, it absolutely will be for the 2026 season. So it's time to really start working with your women and girls officers and looking at how you can start shaping that girls offer. I think next year will be, I'd say mandatory, really encouraged by the ECB that a softball offer is there, whether it's a girls dynamos only session. There needs to be a girls offering in the club or working towards a hardball team. But 2026, I can, bet a bottom dollar on it that it's coming. It is coming.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Do we have any more questions? No. 3, 2, 1. Everyone happy? Excellent. We will email out the recording when we get the recording link sorted, and it'll be hosted on YouTube. And so, please do continue sharing the events and the courses with your network of people at your clubs and organisations. That'd be fantastic. And hopefully, don't mind me emailing you every now and again. Look, again, reiterate a thanks for joining us tonight. Really do appreciate it. And if it's all right with you guys, we'll look to do this again in March, where we'll have maybe a bit of a review on some of the CPD sessions and how the winter's gone, and then gearing up towards the season. And I think Matt's got something on the pathway that he wouldn't mind sharing with this group as a little bit of a forum, if you like. So please do email myself, Mark, Rachel, any feedback from tonight, if you think it's been good, bad, indifferent, helpful, not helpful, how we could make it better. Please do. We're all ears, and we're trying to make your lives easier. So thank you ever so much for your time. Unless anyone's got anything else, we'll bid you farewell and give you 6 minutes back from your night. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Cheerio.
Bye.
I'm not sure if Alan's frozen now. He looks a bit stuck.
Yeah, might have done. A normal meeting, you can take them off.
Yeah, nothing,
Mm.
nothing's there is available.
It's not a normal meeting, is it?
No.
I got a feeling. Paul Roberts. Paul, are you still there? You okay? Ah, here we are. And remove from meeting.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it's still recording.
Oh, it's not, is it?
It is. I tell you what, we'll leave this and we'll jump back on the one that was on at 1 o'clock, if that's okay.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna